Fale-me orçamento, pura convente, cobra aí dentro. Fale-me orçamento, se orçamento. So, dissidents, I've had a request to do a breakdown on the Venom prequel, or preview, the trailer, if you will. Some scary shit, y'all. Some scary shit. They are fucking with us. We know this, but they are fucking with us with such cunning precision. It is hard to find anymore most of what is valuable. Search valiantly for the Greek elements of theatrics, legumena, degumena, and dromida. These are three elements of what is shown, what is said, and what is done. And as soon as you see the cognitive dissonance happening between the three, you are dealing with logismoi. You are invited into deeper thought and reflection. Much like when you see a prime number thrown out in the headlines, you got to go to your prime number list and see what they're really saying. Another thing about prime numbers are an invitation to do the work yourself. There's no equation that gets the prime numbers to pop out automatically. You got to do legwork. So there's something being shown to you when prime numbers are flashed. It's telling you there's a cipher you're going to have to suss. Joe Rogan taking the horse dewormer and everybody expecting him to turn into the next Venom subject. It's so plainly obvious to me. It's blowing my mind. The MK Ultra, the Mu and the Kappa of MK Ultra will never be removed from the Joe Rogan symbol. Everywhere he goes, everything he does corresponds to this Wittgensteinian sigil of the lust card. And I think a great amount of appreciation for the legumena, degumena, and dromida is lost in translation. There's den Kromverlust. There's loss of thinking space when you're in a theater because you paid ahead. You pretended. You already agreed to all of this. And you go in there in the ceremony and there is more information than you have been disclosed to look for. The Venom film is going to be a sublimated Joe Rogan masculinity, chalice, cup, vessel of vitriol. He took the horse dewormer, so now in Venom, the symbiote relationship of the death drive is going to be engaged. As the main character is wearing the smiley face killer bridge collapse shirt, Wittgenstein and Turin had an argument that if there was a false component in mathematics, that the bridge would collapse. Wittgenstein believed the bridge would stand. Turin said the bridge would collapse if there was a lie within the fundamentals of math. Blows my mind how these things are acting out on a hyperstitious level. We need to throw metaphor out the window, y'all. Metaphor for chumps. We're in the age of hyperstition. They have alchemically imbued a great many things into our actions, into our imagery, way beyond what can be said. The images and the actions are too vast to speak of. We try to communicate with these little words and we're not getting anywhere at the size of the picture that needs to be conveyed. So it looks like, oh, everything's a lie. No, that's not the case. We just don't have good vehicles to capture the vast amount of information conveyed in this hyperstitious world. As the main character, I'm not even going to figure out his name, as the main character approaches the horse. He says, do you think the horse can survive? And the Venom says, there's only one way to find out. And then they merge with the horse, and it turns into this crazy scene riding through the countryside as he gains affluence over the horse. Everybody should read the Phaedrus. You should read Aeon, and you should read Alcibiades. Go now, read the dialogue of Alcibiades. Initiate yourself. The scene with Venom merging with the horse is a conflagration of Friedrich Nietzsche faking his madness. When he hugged or saved that horse in his defining moment to disappear off the world's stage, he was gaining access to the reserves. He was retiring, exactly like Socrates in his trial. Socrates said, oh, you guys want to find me guilty when I ask what my punishment should be? Y'all should be paying me for everything I did. That's what Friedrich Nietzsche did when he went and got locked up. Freud picked up what he left off and gave us the death drive. That is the scene of Venom merging in with that horse. And it's setting up the expectation, the legumina, I forget the middle one already. Degumina and Dromida. It's setting it all up in advance with 100,000 words we can't even capture that will seem more realistic when we hear headlines disseminated from that scene later. All right.